Hello, everyone. I'm Mr. Midas, and I'm here to talk to you about MassDrop.com. What is MassDrop? Well, it's a community of enthusiasts that have gotten together to find the greatest products and find the correct specifications to make those products great. Not only that, they sell you the product on the website there as well for a reduced price. Products such as what? Well, this is my favorite one, the AKG K7XX Red Edition. It's a wonderful set of headphones made to the complete specifications of enthusiasts and people that love headphones. As for me, I'm an idiot. I don't know what makes a good headphone, so I just listen to those nerds and buy it cheap. That's how I became a billionaire. MassDrop.com. Stop by, see some stuff, and buy some headphones. Just like me.
Play some player.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Pretty safe to say.
That Mr. Midas.
That casual stroking of his webcam square. That's a tough thing to deal with. I'm not trying to. I should probably stop talking. I'm not trying to discuss sexual assault.
I don't think glove on human is a thing.
Well,
It definitely is. Depending how much you're paying.
That sounded real bad.
All right, here comes the game. Liquid versus Navi here. The auction ends up being interesting. Liquid is the first team to attempt a negative number in the bounty auction, and they have succeeded in
So did they gain
fixing that bug. They lost the auction, though, because -1 is smaller than 5. Thank God math works to fill that bug. And Navi spends 5 moonbucks. And they chose second pick, and Liquid chose Dire.
Which do you prefer, Brax? Second pick or first pick?
For Midas mode, I think second pick might be better.
Is that gives you last pick? Is that correct?
We were talking about this as well. We were saying Pridge and I
thought it would be a bigger deal because that would give you the last pick. You could pick something that's not too expensive that does heavily counter the enemy team. That way you get double value. That was our theory at the start.
We were
of the
doing
tournament.
some mock drafts, and I believe I drafted quite expensive hero that was easily countered by Ursa, and then Ursa was like 7.
Yeah, you picked like Lifestealer, and I picked Ursa for like 100 and something, and then. Yeah, you were just kind of screwed. I really thought that would matter more.
Do you guys have a big hero of the series? Like, more, as long as... the farther this tournament goes on, I think Morphling. This hero looks super hard to deal with. You need the right lineup of disables, damage just to kill this hero.
How do you feel about him in the regular game? Like, he's counterable, right? But do you think he's just like strong period?
I think he's strong period because when he comes out later in the draft, 3rd or 4th, he's hard to counter.
Yeah. That's absolutely true.
That's the problem I have with him right now, and he's only 244 moonbucks at this point.
Even his old counters don't really, like, a lot of them don't counter him anymore. So while he is still counterable, it's very difficult. Like, you need like insane amounts of magical bursts and silences. And
the AM one is so much more manageable too. I played him before they gave him that ulti buff, and if I would become an anti-mage, the anti-mage would generally attack faster than me, and he would drain my mana. And if I turn back, then I'd have the same percentage that I was drained. But now you can become anti-mage,
and just blink away,
drain his mana, transform back, and you've lost nothing other than your ulti cooldown. And you can blink chase him like we saw in that one clip. It's really good. Yeah, and you don't need as many items. So you don't. It's not like you're trying to outfarm an anti-mage. Yeah, it works great.
Earth Spirit, all right.
Hero that I thought would be more popular is Ricky Maru. I'm a big fan of that hero.
He's very cheap.
He is,
but he's also quite garbage.
You think so? I was watching RTZ stream. He seems to like it.
Was he playing? He was playing core though, or support?
Carry Ricky.
I mean, I think that could work, I guess, but he's also 5 movement speed slower at level 1, so now he's like 280 or something.
But the
ultra
blink
slow.
range talent it makes you do so much DPS in fights. You have like 1,200 blink range or something like that. It's massive. It's like a screen and a half. So in team fights, you can just go on supports from like. I feel
like there's lane harassers that you'd rather pick over Ricky, period. Like or Spirit or something. Somebody that can get on top of your opponent and Orb of Venom slow all the way.
Well, he is the value pick, right?
Who's the value? Ricky?
Ricky, yeah, 132.
Really cheap. And Coddle as well. That's another Liquid hero.
All right.
Very true.
This is not the Coddle game, though. There's an Nyx Assassin on the enemy team.
Yep.
Very good at reflecting blast damage.
Navi going in with their first 2 picks. 323.
They're in to win this game.
I think Shadow Shaman is their pick. Like, they've picked Shadow Shaman so many games on their side of the draft just to provide tempo. If Roger's playing Nyx, I'm happy. As far as I'm concerned, he's like, that's his hero. He played a lot at TI. I loved his skill builds. He would go like 2-0-3, things like that I haven't thought about before that absolutely make a lot of sense.
I think if you pick Nyx as a support, your other support needs to do lockdown too, because trying to lead with Impale is the most frustrating thing in all of Dota 2.
Yeah, it can be really game losing.
That can, and Shadow Shaman's perfect combo for him. Gives it some push as well.
It offsets what Nyx doesn't do well, which is pushing lanes and locking down reliably for long durations. So I think it's a good opener. I mean, worst case, I don't think they'd ever put Nyx off lane. most likely. But Rubik continues to be like the support pick consistently in Midas mode, very often open. And it's also very good against Shadow Shaman and Nyx. Great abilities on both sides to steal.
I like the changes to Rubik a lot. I think they help him quite a bit.
The offensive aura thing?
Yep, it's very nice.
What's so great about it, other than the fact that it's like, right off the bat, you get more damage as Rubik, and it can synergize with like minus magic resistance lineups if you want to do it. Is that basically what it is?
So basically, Rubik is always a really low damaging hero.
Yeah.
Right, the lift is a great disable. It stuns him and then repositions him afterwards. Fade bolt, good skill as well. But he always lacked in the damage department. Sometimes you'd end up with the support duo like this, for example, Rubik and Earth Spirit, and then come 10, 15 minutes in the game, they do no damage. Or Rubik's level 2 in the lane trying to zone somebody,
Like
no damage.
a Centaur or Legion Commander.
Yeah, it's just he lacks a lot of damage.
Yeah, it definitely helps there.
I think Shadow Shaman might be one of the easiest heroes in the game to steal their ultimate as well. Shadow Shaman goes high ground.
Yep.
Generally, there's no creeps because you've already killed them.
Yep.
And he has no way to cast his other abilities.
And they're all they're short range, right?
Yeah. Exactly.
All his abilities are very good to steal too. Same thing with Nyx. Enchantress comes out. We've seen it. Enchantress banned against Navi almost all the time.
Yeah.
Pangolier.
But Liquid doesn't care. They don't want to spend the ban money. I think they probably feel like they have so much money that they can probably draft whatever they want.
Yeah.
As long as they're careful about what cores they pick in order, that they'll know by the end of the draft that they can afford anything and it can be good against their opponents.
The tempo of Navi is so fast, right? They have Enchanters running around, winning the lanes. They have the push from Shadow Shaman. It looks like a very good draft, like a Navi draft. Almost like they're getting exactly what they want.
I mean, they're low on money now. They're below
going
the
to run
500.
into such an awkward spot where they have to
Oh god, they're 400.
look at their cash, right? They're not going to be able to afford 2 decent heroes. It's going to be a random coming in somewhere.
Or they have to pick really inexpensive heroes. We're talking sub 230 for both picks.
But what looks good for...
They could do
Around that
Luna,
amounts.
Drow, Morphling. Those are pretty inexpensive, but then their next pick would have to be ultra cheap. And it seems like most of the really inexpensive heroes are supports. That's not true. There's like Spectre. There's 130.
There's some shitty cores in there.
Yeah.
Your Spectres, your Troll Warlords.
Is Klink's way worse now? Because he was like good in the last patch, but maybe they changed him too much.
I don't think he's that bad. I think he's always been a hero that certain teams prefer.
Situationally.
Yes, he's situationally good.
I feel like he's pretty good. He'd be good against Pangolin. You can kill him while he's rolling.
Are we completely forgetting about the Dark Troll Warlord counter to Pango? Enchantress? They picked Pango into it?
Because you can take a neck creep.
huge counter.
It's not that reliable, though, right? To keep... I mean, I guess
You can
if
just
you
do
really...
100% upkeep time, right?
Okay.
But you'd have to find it, and sometimes you might die, and then it's going to die because you run out of your duration. I agree, the counter is potentially there, but it's not
just
as
not-
easy as like Doom.
That's
Exactly. It's
definitely
not as reliable as Doom, but you're right. It is there. And it's interesting to see that Pangolier comes out after the supports, right? So there's no Trant or anything like that. So
Very smart pick there with the Lena. That's probably going to be their mid. It's 160. That's extremely inexpensive compared to some of these other cost
that's the
heroes.
value pick.
That's half the cost of Enchantress. So now they have 299 remaining for their last pick.
They're a bit on the dainty side, aren't they, El Navi? They don't have much beef.
Yeah, that's true.
Very true.
If you pick a high damage dealer, you could essentially walk over them. Maybe
Whenever I see Lena, I worry that she's just going to get run at.
it's kind of, if Lena's offensive, she'll
She's great.
destroy, right?
When people
So
get on
much
top of
range
her,
damage, range
it's
damage.
terrible, right?
I feel like she'd work really good with a Pangolier, basically. Pangolier's very good at getting up in front and causing chaos to allow her some space. But if it's Navi initiating, they should be fine as well, right? You've got Nyx, Shadow Shaman.
Yeah, very true.
If stun into Lena, it should be a kill most of the time. They just have to worry about getting counter-initiated on by Earth Spirit, by Rubik.
It's a high magic damage hero. Shadowfiend, the raise change allows them to annihilate Enchantress.
Do you guys like the Wizard Shadow Fiend?
Yeah.
I think it's actually
Yeah,
pretty
it's
strong.
very strong.
All I've seen
Yeah.
in pubs is always the spell. The only one time it went bad was that game we had the 70, 80-minute game or whatever, where it kind of falls off super late game, but that's going to be great here.
I agree. There's a lot of lockdown, but Shadowfiend, a natural BKB, early BKB buyer, it doesn't hinder him too much if you buy a BKB straight away. And if Shadowfiend buys BKB, they don't have much answers on Navi. All their magic centric. Enchantress maybe the pure damage.
Enchantress has pure damage. I think Ags on Lena is way better than it used to be now because Int heroes naturally get magic resistance. Plus there's the Rubik spell field, so
That's true.
I haven't seen anybody buy it yet, but I've been
it's
thinking
a
about
kind
it.
of awkward item to buy in this game. I think
I would agree.
You're gonna have Rubik.
Oh, you can ulti Pangolier through his ball. Probably still do pure damage.
True.
There's some options.
So how does this interaction work? The shield crash is it just gives him damage reduction, right?
Probably flat damage reduction.
Based on
Yeah,
the
so-
amount of heroes you land.
I suppose that would probably reduce it as well.
I feel like it would.
Yeah.
And honestly, if he gets a 2 or 3 man shield crash off, he just doesn't die when he rolls and fights. It's insane how much damage reduction he gets.
What is it, like 14 a level or something?
18 a level.
18 a level?
Or sorry, wait.
It's like
18 a hero at max level.
Okay, that's a lot.
That's ludicrous.
That's a lot. 3 is what, 60-ish%? It's like 54.
54.
That's a lot of damage.
And he's already invulnerable, like to
most damage types.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they have some solutions. Nyx, a Shadow Shaman for initiating. They could catch him. It's gonna be really hard to kill him in the lane.
I think it's a lot down to if Navi can use this Enchantress well. If they can win the lanes and spiral out of control.
Right. Like this SF should be terrified with an Enchantress and Lina.
So what does Navi do for their last core here? Maybe they I feel like they need like a melee BKB hero that can frontline and cause chaos,
and has to be able to lane a melee hero that has to lane against Ursa. That's difficult.
Is Chaos Knight crazy here with all the AoE from...
Wait, so you're saying... Yeah.
I mean, it's a stun. It's kind of a frontliner.
CK is not bad.
It isn't bad at all.
It could deal with the Ursa fairly well. Is that too expensive? No, they do have the money for that. It's 272 for him.
How much do you have in total?
They have 299. So they're pretty... They basically can't touch the top row of heroes.
Okay. Oh, I mean, CK is definitely doable, but I'm not sure if it's the best.
Gyrocopter,
There is the
Bloodseeker.
That would be a counter to Pangolier and to Ursa.
They could also do PL.
I just can't see them winning the game with Bloodseeker.
Yeah.
They're going to hit a wall where they have to
Terrorblade.
go high ground.
Terrorblade's not bad, I feel like. Maybe Medusa's not terrible either. I think Medusa could work, kind of.
Pangolier is actually a pretty decent counter to illusions. The ulti
rolls
does
through.
quite a lot of damage.
That's true. And shield crash as well. Like, you definitely have enough AoE to clear.
Yeah.
What about like a Luna? Luna sounds kind of bad versus like SF.
The more we go through these heroes, I start to think CK looks like the best choice. Or one of the best choices, I guess.
What about Carry Lich? Just get to level 20, everything's
Lycan.
fine.
Okay. Lycan? Yeah.
Yeah, Lich is next on the list, don't worry.
Okay.
That's what they're
Pangolier turns
looking
into
at.
a ball, you ulti, and just run away.
I guess so.
Okay.
Peace.
Got me there.
I'm out.
It's also a carry that's going to allow them to push. I think they're kind of aiming
Yep.
for this early tempo thing.
Very true.
I mean, they're going to have Howl for early advantage. They're going to be able to hit towers with Enchantress and wards. I think that's the move here. I don't necessarily really like Lycan against the liquid heroes, but it does fit what Navi wants to do, at least.
Right. It complements their own lineup rather than looking like a counter pick to the others, which the CK would have looked like, right?
I much prefer that, actually.
Yep.
You know, this is what we want for air draft.
You gotta play your own strategy.
Yeah. CK
You know,
would have been bad at hitting
in the
mid lanes.
matchup 1v1 Ursa versus Lycan, Ursa doesn't do that well. But it's never going to be in that scenario, right?
Right,
If
right.
it ever is, the game's already lost for Navi. So I honestly think
Okay.
Navi's draft is pretty Navi style.
Yeah,
and it's
I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
Screams
it's a good
push,
opening.
early aggression. Looks fine.
They were a little limited on money, and Liquid honestly doesn't look invulnerable money-wise either. They spent almost 1,600. They've only got 4K left in the bank.
Big spender.
I mean, if this goes 3 games, which it has to, and they spend the same money, they're almost out of cash anyways.
That's true.
They'd only have about 1,000 after that. So that's assuming no challenges, I suppose. So they can always pad their draft here, and they've got a lot of Roche-centric heroes. So maybe they could abuse things like it's a trap, but
I don't think either team has like Lycan came in later into the game. He wasn't a TI1, and you know multiple heroes from Team Liquid, obviously not a TI1 as well. So.
oh, we do have a stand-in on Navi. It's going to be Chu instead of
Chew.
what's his name? We were just talking Roger.
you guys
but
remember Chew, right?
I don't. Is he from Hunt? No.
I'm just kidding. I have no idea who Chew is.
Okay.
He's got an anime picture. That's all I know.
That's a good song.
All right, well, that's going to be the draft for Navi versus Liquid here. We will send it over to the casters and take it away, guys.
Thank you very much. Sunsfan here with Trend Packs of trendpacks.twitter.com/reddit/rdota2. How's it going, buddy?
Thank you. That's. I'm glad you finally got my contractual promotions correct.
Excellent, excellent. So we have one stand-in here for Navi in the grand finals, and it is Chu. And I know they were talking about who this is and whether it was the Han player or not, which I will check right now. Let's see. Commends 1000, definitely not the right Chu. So we're just going to assume it's not the one from Heroes of Newerth, who ended up quitting for League of Legends.
Beautiful.
Got top ranked and then came back to Han completely washed up, from what I remember.
All right. Well, as you can see, we have some presidents elected here.
Oh, okay, yes.
We have General and Matumba Man. So we're going to be watching to see if they can both stay alive until the 12-minute mark. What do you think? So we got...
I think General's going to have an easy time staying alive, actually.
It's hard to kill Enchantress.
It is
early on.
very difficult.
Unless you're going against Matumba himself, of course. The counter, if you will. This might be the first game we've seen Na'Vi actually get their hands on Enchantress, I want to say. It's been banned pretty much the entire tournament.
Definitely the most banned hero, it feels like. We don't have too many to go around this entire tournament. And she keeps showing up in that first phase versus numerous teams, not even just Na'Vi. But you can see they get the aggro invade from both teams. And so we'll get 2 apiece here.
2 apiece. Unfortunately, no bounties to come. Well, the actual bounties came. Not. We need to change the name of our bounties to challenges, I think. Too confusing for me and the viewers, I'm sure.
Oh, of course. Yes.
Yes.
Thank you.
We're going to see Kuroki play Pangolier. Gracious. Off lane. Awesome.
All right. Looks like he's been practicing it up here.
I guess
so. That means who's our supports then? It's going to be Mind Control on the Rubik and Miracle on his famous Earth Spirit. GH playing Shadow Fiend in the mid.
Hell
Perfect.
Yeah. Lots of role switches here today. That could have been another great challenge we could have instituted, but not to be this time around. Should be fun to watch GH on this Shadow Fiend mid.
Probably the most commonly requested one was role swaps, but we were just getting so many anyway that it didn't seem fair to even make it a bounty.
It did not seem fair. Top lane, we're going to see an Impale up to 3 heroes. General might be in a lot of trouble. Remember, he's the VIP. Will he go down? He's healing it very slowly, but he will get first blood. It's a 1-for-1. In fact, Mind Control actually gets first blood, so Navi takes the bounty for that. And the VIP is no longer in Navi's favor.
President down.
VIP.
Perfect.
Thank you to Buka for putting that in the patch notes, the extra VIP text, to make sure that I'm not incorrect. But yeah, obviously first blood goes away of Na'Vi, they get extra gold, but they lose the bounty. So now we're just looking for Matumba Man's Ursa to stay alive.
Yeah, I like the pick. Obviously, it used to be a classic counter up against the Enchantress. And we were kind of just looking for, you have a Shadow Fiend in the mid, and you have this Pangolier offlane guy who's certainly not your most standard kind of an offlane hero. He doesn't really contribute that kind of team fight control that you usually look for. His top lane might be getting that Ursa counter here once again.
Yeah, this is really, really, really rough when you don't have Untouchable. They're going to dive pretty deep, though. They will get the kill. The question is, can Chu pick off Miracle in the meantime? A couple more right clicks will do, along with the Impale. Matumba Man now turning on to Chu. With pretty much no spells to work with for the next 10 seconds or so. And Matumba Man, it's just ring around the rosy. Will he find the kill? The bear.
Oh, the dance.
Needs a little bit of vision. He has the Earthshock available.
Oh, he got him.
He's going to juke to the side, so Chu should be able to survive.
Oh, no,
here.
but Chu.
Oh, he's going to find Mind Control, or is it the other way around? Telekinesis into Matumba Man's right click. All right, finally finds his way to the grave.
So close. Very nice plays to juke around in the trees for that long, but eventually going down there. And yeah, we were talking about during the draft, though, just like what kind of hero we wanted to see. Something from Matumba Man to make a lot of space to allow both GH and Kuroki to get a bunch of items going. So I think Ursa's an excellent choice, especially when you're snowballing so hard like this. So he's going to create a constant map pressure threat in terms of Roshan. And then once he has that Blink Dagger, you're always going to be feeling just a little bit wary about where you're farming. Suddenly he just explodes on top of you.
A little wary about where you're farming.
Yes.
I like that. That's very poetic of you, Trent.
Well, you know me.
Bottom lane, we haven't really talked about this too much, but Kuroki, like we said, is playing the Pangolier, gets the shield crash off onto Crystallize. What do you think about Pangolier this game? We're going to see the Shackle into the right click of Crystallize. Don't think this is going to be enough for the kill because of the swashbuckle and the many escape mechanisms of this hero. Is there any Pangolier game that's just not good? I guess if you have the Doom net, it's pretty bad.
I mean, any general
like
match community piercing things, I think you're going to be looking out for.
Not any,
if your team's lacking, I don't think he's reliable control, really, right? Like the Rolling Thunder isn't really an initiation tool. It's kind of like that. You want a position for someone who initiates, and then you kind of follow up. And so,
yeah, exactly.
In that same sense, Earth Spirit is probably the best hero in the game for that. Like Spirit Breaker, Earth Spirit, so reliable, and there he is in the mid lane.
Yeah, real reliable as he misses his role. But it is Miracle playing. It does.
Oh,
okay.
GH!
All right, he barely stays alive thanks to that Fairy Fire. Dendy not able to finish him off. Miracle is just going to continue to right click with that Orb of Venom. And looks like he will survive today with that health salve now coming through. Yeah, I know Miracle loves these role swaps. He's probably the most known for it, I want to say, throughout the scene. Played a lot of Timbersaw mid, Axe mid. That was actually during the days that Liquid was struggling. I want to say about maybe a year ago, maybe a little bit more. As top lane, we're going to see the initiation onto General, and again, he will die. Probably the worst VIP choice, considering he's in this lane with Ursa.
Let's see. Yeah, how many kills do they even have at this point?
He's died 3 times.
He's died 3 times, and then the only other person who died was Chu. So, yeah, a little bit rough. I told you. Oh, Dandy.
I told you and told you. Mid lane, Miracle. He misses his roll again, but no harm done. As Suneko's going to leech a little bit of XP here for the time being. Looking at the actual CS department. Crystallize on a Lycan, 32-4 versus the 20-2 from Matumbaman. So definite outfavor in CS and in favor of Navi, but of course Matumbaman with the 3 kills and 1 assist. In fact, let's see how the net worth translates. It's actually quite even, which if you think about it, is kind of stupid. You got 3 kills, 1 assist, and only 10 less CS than the opposing carry, but he has more farm. Is that dumb?
That's life.
That's weird.
It is a little bit odd, but those early game kills, they're not that impactful. Especially because General's actually around the same net worth as a Pangolier anyway. That's really the gap, right? Where it's like that 300 gold from General dying, and then I'd rather have this kind of farm on a Pangolier as well. Try and get him off to a good start. He's gone for the Arcanes early on. Just help him spam that Swashbuckle.
Oh, Matumbaman might be in some trouble. This is our second VIP likely to die here as General finally gets some revenge. So no VIP bounties for each respective team.
He's so sad.
But the good news is there will be a Game 2 and a Game 3 at the very least. So they can try again.
See if they get another shot at later, but... what do we got now? Dendi is dumpstering GH. Now doubled up on it. We haven't talked too much about this lane, but every time I look over, GH is raising the river, so... It's, it's a bit rough here. He's got 12 souls right now. All right, they're bringing in the team. They got to save this lane.
Telekinesis. Can GH get a couple nice raises up? LSA is going to connect with the Laguna Blade, and Dendi will find that kill. And here's the Shackle as Dendi applies more pressure with that nuke. As Miracle attempting to stay alive on the backside. One more right click should do it from Suneko. In fact, it's going to be the Ether Shock. Dendi will finally die, but that means 3 dead for Liquid. He got experience for at least one of those. I don't think he was in range for the second one.
He actually almost survived the Rubik play as well with the raindrop, but narrowly able to bring him down first. And that means, yeah, it is a big gain for the Radiant side, about 510 gold. Top lane. Oh, there's the Rolling Thunder. Oh, look at that wall bounce.
Reverse down up to here, huh?
All right,
Very
see ya.
nice. Yeah, you can't do much there. Impetus goes through that, though, right?
The what, sorry?
Impetus should go through that once he hits 6.
I would believe so. Launch him on in there.
That'll be interesting. Yeah, anything that is magic piercing is typically good. I would say Bane's Fiend's Grip's not that great because it's such a long cooldown. Haven't really tested any of that out yet, though, so can't say for sure whether it 100% works. Assume it doesn't. Bottom lane, Impale's going to miss from Chu, but the Shackle is there, and Mind Control will fall. And now we have a 3 versus 1 onto Matumbaman. Does he have his ult? No, only level 5 right now, so very, very aggressive. It might cost him his life, but nope. Chu,
yeah, he's still got 1,
Impale
too.
still on cooldown.
Playing a little bit aggressive, but nothing too much to worry about. Top lane, they're trying to set up onto General here. And they have the Rolling Thunder. So this should be quite the combo. The 2 rolling boulders of the game.
Yeah, true. Well, one pushes them out of the way, though. Does it really synergize that well? I don't know. Oh, here we go, though. There's the stun from Miracle and the roll.
Double roll.
You were right. Into the Swashbuckle. Kuroki. Look at the synergy, Trent.
Did you see that use of the Ward Rock? That was pretty cool.
The what? Oh, yeah.
He just like went right off the tower and back.
That's quite nice.
Very nice. I think Kuro's been practicing a little bit of the old Pangolier.
Do you think the towers not working for the bounce-off factor is a bad thing or a good thing for Pangolier?
It's probably it's a bad thing for Pangolier, but it's a good thing in general. He would be extremely strong at ganking at level 6, right? Because everyone's trying to hug their tower for defense, and then it ends up just screwing you.
Right.
That sounds kind of frustrating. Although I'm glad you bounce off racks, because I haven't played the hero myself.
Oh, do you? I didn't know that.
Yeah, but yeah, you do. Apparently you bounce off the racks and not those towers. So that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense. Not really.
Perfect
Neko
sense.
getting chased bot lane. Mind Control getting blocked by the creeps. Telekinesis will not come this time. As Crystallize has Shapeshift available in a couple seconds. Dendi, though, like you said, completely dumpstering this mid lane as GH and Miracle are going to try to double team onto Dendi.
Bottom lane, they got a
Bottom lane
Shackle.
might have some action here. Looks like they're going to find a kill on the Rubik as Suneko looks to be next. Now turns into a 1v1 Matumbaman versus Crystallize. Matumbaman's actually getting wrecked. He does have Enrage, though. Crystallize is just going to kite him with that Shapeshift, see if he can get anything off as the Earth Shock will not be nearly enough. Crystallize doing extremely well in this bottom lane.
Yeah, played it really safe, too. Just kept kiting the Ursa all around until the perfect moment, and now he is well on his way to the first Necro.
Oh, Kuroki bot lane! He got the shield slam off. Or shield crash, I should say. Wasn't enough to take him out, though. Miracle looking for a potential snipe, though. Only level 4, though.
Yeah, actually it has the first
Oh
necro
god,
done.
Kuroki's getting chased by these wolves. It should be okay. He has another shield crash. Wait, did that do literally no damage to those? Huh. How much
Whoa.
magic resist do they have?
Oh, he died. He actually went down from it.
What?
Wow.
Okay.
Got him.
Got it on camera. Not
Those
really.
wolves.
Pretty ridiculous, actually. I feel like that shield crash did no damage to the wolves.
They have 80% magic damage.
80%
resistance still. Yeah.
Jesus. That's crazy.
Yeah, they've had some rough times, man. The wolves have been going through some troubles lately. I mean, remember, people didn't even skill it for a while. It was like 0 points wolves, and you just get Howl and Feral.
And that was not a good time, though, in Dota.
No.
That was the dark ages, if you will. GH trying his best to recover in this mid lane. Still, if you look at the net worth, middle of the pack, not what you want to see from your mid Shadow Fiend. As Dendi is now level 9. And still has Laguna Blade. But he could literally just kill him with one LSA into Laguna Blade. But look at the mini-map, dude. We got Liquid trying to surround Dendi again. He's actually very smart about this. Matoma is going to get the Earthshock off, but Chu is here, potentially.
Oh, Kuro's not sure where to go.
I hear the Rolling Thunder coming through, and Kuroki and company able to take out the Rasta. As Miracle gets a beautiful stun, and into the right clicks from Matumba. And Lina drops to the deck. A much-needed kill for Liquid. Matumba Man continuing the pressure. These wards are still placed, and Rage will mitigate a lot of that damage. Shield crash onto 2 heroes. Kuroki pretty damn tanky. Has that Javelin now as well.
Oh no,
His mind control will find his way to the grave, though. As Crystallize attempts to... He's going to have a nice block on the Miracle. Does a lot of damage, and there's the impetus into the double impale. Beautifully done. 4 dead in favor of Na'Vi.
Oh, Liquid, you better watch these role swaps. I don't know. So there's definitely some issues happening here. The mid lane, a disaster for GH, absolutely destroyed by Dendi, and then they're forced to do these big 5-man ganks mid, and they are not paying off in the slightest. Everyone's just dying for the side of the Dire, and then I think Matumman's the one who didn't go down there, but he's just like stuck on the outskirts because he doesn't have anything. He doesn't have a Mask of Madness complete, and he doesn't have a Blink complete. He does have the Mask now, but it won't be here in time for this fight.
Oh, Chu's dead. They're not able to take out Roche. Matumman pops the Enrage quite early. Roche is at half HP currently. Do you think overconfidence has anything to do with this, Trent? They haven't lost a game in this tournament yet.
True. They haven't lost a game. They've done tons of bounties.
Oh,
Kuroki
Kuroki gets shackled into the Laguna Blade. Unfortunately for him, the Rolling Thunder was not out in time. As Miracle, he's going to get this. He's going to snatch that haste away from General.
Doesn't have Magnetize for a while, though.
Level 3 Untouchables, quite good, but Matumba Man is here into the Impale that was stolen from Mind Control. That's going to be an easy kill the way of Liquid. As they're looking to get back into this game, they have a 5k deficit to work with. This Roche would definitely help, though.
Yeah, and they're playing well around the Lycan Ultimate. He is the level 2 Necro, but still 20 more seconds on his ult. But I don't think we're going to get
Mind
this in
Control
time.
dies to the Dragon Slave. And Matumba Man stuck inside the pit, pops the Enrage, has Mask of Madness to work with, and Pale's not going to hit. Matumba Man, he dodges the LSA, very nice, but again, Dandy just deals way too much damage.
He doesn't even have level 9. There's no ulti.
Yeah, GH getting chased now. Dendi looking for an LSA. He's going to... Nope! Barely misses. The Shrine is up, and I think with this, Dendi probably backs off. He's going to continue, though. As I say that, the Wolves are dealing so much damage with the Necro books. Miracle looks to be next on the list, potentially. Has absolutely no mana. Tries to roll out, but that's a double kill for Crystallize. Again, Pangolier not able to get that ult off. It is a complete team wipe for Na'Vi.
I mean, look at these heroes. You have Lina, you have Enchantress, and you have Lycan. I mean, Nyx and Shaman, they can work at many stages of the game, but these 3 heroes are spectacular at the very beginning, right? If you get off to any sort of a decent start. Lina, just so much magic damage to throw at her opponents. He doesn't even really have items. He is, like, Phase 1, Perseverance, some nulls, like... It's mostly just the spellcasting that Dendi's been on point with so far. Doesn't need any sort of mobility or anything like that.
How many Moonbucks was Lina? That was a super cheap pick,
yeah,
right?
she's insane. She's like 170, I believe. 164.
Yeah, that's one of the cheapest heroes in the game for sure. Sineko, he's going to find Matumba Man, puts down the wards, but here comes GH to finish him off. They should be able to clean these up with the Enrage as well. Chu is here, though. Oh, the Impale will miss, but the impetus is coming through. Nice stun from Miracle from the sidelines as Crystallize attempting to chase. Chu gets the Urn Charge. This might be enough to kill Matumba Man. We'll have to take a look as the Magnetize is coming through now. Miracle doing a nice job of creating some space. Pushes General away. Looks like he'll die in the end one way or the other as the last impetus comes through. But he does save Matumba Man. That's definitely what was the objective there. 8k net worth lead for Na'Vi. And this is, we talked about this with the lineup, a very early game centric lineup. You want to push, you want to gain that advantage, and they're doing just that. Well, looks like we might have more action here as GH is going to dodge the LSA, but the impetus is just destroying him. KuroKy gets a beautiful rolling thunder onto a couple heroes, but really to no avail. He has no backup whatsoever. 54% damage mitigation for now.
That's a level 3 Necro, and now with the Lycan ulti coming back up. He's level
Damn.
13. That's the 90-second cooldown.
Now, Chu has Vendetta to work with if he really wants to try to dive this. Definite potential is here. It's KuroKy trying to burst down Dendi a bit. Gonna get healed from General, though. Looks like Liquid might want to fight this. KuroKy doesn't have ult for another 15 seconds. Chu, oh, he could set up a beautiful impale. He's only going to be on one. Actually, that was a weird interaction with the swashbuckle. And they're going to attempt to get away here. Beautiful LSA stolen from Mind Control. Into the Lycan ult. Will he be able to get away? Yes! It'll be close. Oh, General with the last impetus. Jesus, man. Na'Vi is relentless here in this bot lane.
They can't let up at all. They know that. Ursa has no items. He's still trying to get towards that Blink Dagger.
Oh, the spiked Carapace is going to set up the stun. And GH drops to the deck again.
How many? What is he now? 2, 5, and 3. So far down on the net worth.
Yeah, it's looking pretty rough for Liquid early on here. Miracle, level 8 right now in the trees. He's going to be spotted, though. They're going to block
General.
it again. So General and company should be able to clean him up nicely, and the tier 2 in addition. All right, and it's ballooned to a 12k net worth lead. Matumba Man still sitting on the Mask of Madness. Can buy the Blink right now if he wants, as we're going to have some TPs here. Seneko can get a nice shackle. Highly doubt it, though. And yeah, Blink Dagger officially picked up. And Roshan, not for a while here.
You even have the 8th lens now finished up as well, so I'm sure they would love to maybe get used to these snakes. You know, you're playing this shaman, you're just begging.
Yeah, okay. Dead Rubik.
Yep,
Seen that before,
quick kill.
Matama Man.
This
Trying
is
to
the
chase
Blink
down General.
reveal.
Yeah, that's true. I forgot about that. That's not what you want
No,
if you're Liquid.
not the
That's for
dream.
sure.
General's just going back in. He's like, yeah, cool. It's great. I got
I mean,
my
why not?
catapult.
He's got DD. He's got drums. He's super fast.
He's making the space in the mid lane. Seneco's smoked up. He's going to snake top.
He's going to snake it.
He's snaking.
Still only level 1 Serpent. I mean, this is only 17 minutes in the game. This feels almost like we're...
This looks
Getting
like
to
it's a
mid-game
mid bait where you think that they're all hiding behind General, when really he's just the only one here. And they're all about to show top. In fact, they don't even have to. Lycan does so much damage on his own that they don't know which hero they're behind.
Yeah, no Serpent Wards needed, as this is going to be a freebie for Na'Vi. Now, of course, we've seen this time and time again. Trying to go high ground against certain lineups. How does Liquid fare in the high ground defense, in your opinion?
I mean, the Rolling Thunder's pretty sweet. But once you get down to that low ground, there's not much stuff to bounce off of, especially in the mid lane.
Yeah, that's a good point. And here comes the wards. A lot of pressure being applied to this tier 3 tower.
Oh,
Who is this?
he got the shock off before
KuroKy's
Rubik
on the
could
other
steal
side
it.
of the map right now. Chu jumps in with the spike carapace into the impale. Ursa, LSA. Does he get the enrage off? Another 4 seconds on that, but a beautiful magnetize from Miracle on several heroes. Looks like they will find Matoma Man in the end, though. KuroKy with the rolling thunder. Can he hit anybody?
the
Will hit
kick into
one
the ball.
into a couple heroes. Shield crash as well. KuroKy's extremely low. The Dragon Slave will miss, but Chu with the blink impale. It's a 2-for-1 for Na'Vi, as this tower at the very least is dead, if not more.
Which one of these teams is undefeated in Midas Bow?
Yeah,
and has
seriously.
like 12,000 moonbucks or something now? Now down to
It's the team that's
57
sticking to
under
their
the
roles
crash?
right now, I think.
That is true. That's a good point.
Well, they get the melee racks, and Dendi and company are going to be happy with that as the Aegis expires.
Now, I would say it wouldn't be fair if we didn't mention, though,
Yes?
the moonbuck situation.
Yeah, that's true.
Na'Vi has 127 moonbucks.
They have to random the first 2. The problem is you
that's
kind
not
of have to.
good.
Don't you have to random 3?
They could random 3 because they could ban to lower their moonbucks to the point where they could then random 3 heroes without going over the 500 cap.
I think the worst thing you can do is random your first 2, pick your third, and then random again. That's definitely not the play. You have to random your first 3, I think. with the ban.
Is there anything left they could do? They could plant a tree
Oh, true.
in between the throne and the fountain.
Yeah.
That would get them quite a few moonbucks.
Doing some
especially if they win. That's like 500 moonbucks right there.
Yeah.
They could leave the Aegis on the ground for a minute. That would be another 500 moonbucks if they win.
But think of it this way: if you let's say you get a couple of these bounties and you end up with like 600 moonbucks to 800, you kind of have to end up randoming at some point, and
Yeah,
it's
but
going
you
to be
can
later
pick
in
a
the
good
draft.
hero first.
Right, you can pick the good hero first, but then you can't build around the random necessarily. You know,
Well,
so it's
you just
kinda
pick
like a double-edged
Enchantress.
sword.
You just forward or 3 it. You know, you still get this ownage hero
Right,
that
you
you're
just get a
dominant
super
with.
flexible hero. That's
Yeah.
true. All right, Rasta dies, by the way. Okay, very nice. Matama Man, is he going to be spotted here? Doesn't look like it.
There was also a quick Yule's top, it looked like, by GH, just so
Is
he
he
could
going
run away.
Vanguard? Vanguard first? Matama Man? I guess so.
Yeah, he's just building in towards his eventual Abyssal anyway.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Vanguard first, though, on an Ursa before.
Rather than the Basher, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, against all the Necros and the Wolves, right? It does a
Yeah, it
lot of
makes
damage
sense.
block.
Absolutely. Pretty cool. 140 light strike array damage. This hero has... Her talents have been just fucked with hardcore.
Yeah, they used to be amazing. I mean, she was the most broken talent person at after the first talent patch when she had that minus respawn and you get like 3 Lena lives in 10 seconds. That was great.
Yeah, that was...
There's an Ice Frog mid.
What?
What is
Where?
this? On this little sentry board. They're all dancing around on
Ping
Liquid
it.
side.
I can't see, Trent. Oh,
Look at it.
oh
Ice
you're
Frog.
right. How cute.
Who just puts an Ice Frog on their ward?
God, his eyes are... Oh, my God. Jesus, dude.
This is offensive. This is dangerous.
Oh.
Close your eyes.
All right. I thought that would be copyrighted, but... Wait, who made this ward? Is this a third-party ward, or is this a Valve ward? It must be Valve, huh?
I don't think so.
No?
I don't know.
Well, we'll
it's an
find out
immortal.
after this
Maybe
game.
it
A
is.
very important question that needs to be answered is
Yeah.
Na'Vi
Tough.
amalgamate towards the mid lane?
Everything online except Vendetta.
And that is the level... It's still only level 1 server wars. It feels so
early,
late
man.
in the game. I know. It's pretty crazy, Kuroki. With the swashbuckle. He's going to... Oh, my God, Matamba, man. Jesus, that impetus just
Oh, this
completely
is so
destroys
awkward
you.
now because there's no shrine. So it's like, what do I do? He has to go all the way back to the fountain. Think about how much difference there is with a shrine.
Yeah.
For a hero like Enchantress now. That's so huge.
In general, this is why Enchantress is banned every single game. Look at this.
Oh, look at this range.
With the Hurricane Pike Miracle. Oh my God, he barely lives. Less than 50 HP. Gets the Urn up. Laguna Blade on the Mind Control. Not enough to actually get a kill. But there's the turnaround onto Matama Man himself. Still at half HP. Still has Enrage as well. Crystallized still in Lycan form. Everybody from Liquid is super low right now. But the beautiful Magnetize on the entirety of Na'Vi. This might have to force them back.
Yep, Dendy's going home. They're all starting to fade away. In terms of their, like, I guess, survivability and whatnot for, like, the Radiant side, it's a bit scary. They don't really have that many defensive items, right? You have, like, Invis and you have, like, general skill stuff between Shadowblade, Vendetta, maybe just Untouchable and the Nature's Attendants, but they don't have a lot of sustainability from items, really. They have, like, Vlad's, but that doesn't help that much when you're sieging. So if they just keep spamming like that, especially when you have the double javelins, like if you get off a couple good swashbuckles, you might just be able to knock back their whole team and make it impossible for them to approach the high ground, because it's very scary against Magnetize. And even though GH has had an extremely rough game, there is still some danger from him in the Requiem.
Look at the net worth.
I mean, why not just
The
wait till
top
Roche,
4
right?
heroes
And he just spawned.
for Na'Vi on top right now. Yep, you're right. Roshan's up.
They
She's
have level
available.
2 snakes and 15 as well. They could use that if they want.
I don't think they even bother wasting it.
Yeah, only as long as they can see the Dire, which they can, because they placed a very nice ward inside their base. There's no reason to drop the snakes.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Of course, the one thing that Liquid do have in
Oh,
terms
look
of...
at this. They have a wolf scouting Kuro, too. Very nice.
Oh, Kuro. The one thing they do have is Kuroki. And yeah, you're right. With this wolf, Kuroki won't be able to get off, in all likelihood, an amazing initiation with that Rolling Thunder in the pit. One of the best skills, I would say, for the pit area, for sure. But it'll be a freebie for Na'Vi at the end, as Crystallized takes the cheese.
They're not
Dendy
going
with
to
the
leave it,
Aegis.
though.
That's true. That could have been some easy moonbucks for them.
Like, those wards in the base, too. They could have at least tried it.
Yeah. They're just super serial business. As GH...
They have a minute left to plant a tree.
I don't think they're going to
no
do
one has a
anybody have a
branch.
branch. No. Yeah, they're not looking for the
No moonbucks.
Laguna Blade onto Earth Spirit. Miracle's in a lot of trouble. Kuroki gets a beautiful 4-man Rolling Thunder. He's going to continue onto Chu as well. Dendy looks like he tries to go for the Shadow Fiend. And the wards are placed just for him. No buyback for GH as Crystallized with that Necro Book and General.
Send them back.
He's pretty deep here. Better be careful. Gets the Hurricane Pike off though. Shackle shot or Shackle onto Ursa right now.
General
And
Bob
that's gonna
back.
be easy kill. 3 for 1, and yeah, you're right. The buyback comes through.
He died to a tier 4.
And this just feels like, oh, they planted the tree, my friend. They got
Oh,
it.
hey, very well done. Went to the
Alright.
shop and got it Good work, Seneko.
You don't need to say that, I don't think. I don't think there was an all chat needed. But either way, looks like it is successful. So a little extra bounty coming their way. So plus 250. Do they get the victory bonus? I can never remember what we've decided.
I believe so.
Kuroki, all right. He could go right through the racks. You were incorrect on that. Definitely.
Someone told me you could bounce off the
They
barracks.
lied. It was a beautiful rolling thunder, though. Will be enough.
Twitter.
Yeah, Twitter is never accurate information. Crystallize and company able to take out the Earth Spirit. So Miracle on the deck for now. No buyback to speak of. Miracle. Matama Man did buy back, and that's a dieback now. 60 seconds on the deck. As Na'Vi pretty healthy, as they're going to be able to get Mega Creeps, if not more. I'm going to continue, actually. Kuroki.
Well, despite Dendy's best campaigning efforts, we can't award them the VIP bounty.
Yes,
You know,
I'm
we
sorry.
try. You know, we try and be some good guys here, but that's good. That's very important. They got a bounty done. Thank you, Na'Vi. Took an easy
Well
one.
done.
Especially when you're about to win the game before 25
Yes.
minutes. Especially
Agreed.
easy.
Yeah.
Absolutely destroyed. Liquid maybe going to take game 2 a bit more serious. I think those roll swaps were mega
We'll see.
questionable.
I mean, yeah, that you have to think that had something to do with their loss here, considering how untouchable they've looked so far in the tournament. But this game is the exception so far. So with that, I believe, I don't want to guess how much Moonbucks Na'Vi have right now. They had like 180.
Well, that's for the
left
panel.
over.
Leave that for them.
All right.
Find out when we come back.
It'll be very interesting to see what they have to do with this draft, because I think they have to random pretty much no matter the case at this point.
Probably.
So we'll be right back, guys, after this break.